Yo, what's going on, Jets fans? Welcome into the Jets Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and we got some breaking news for you guys as the New York Jets are extending linebacker Jamien Sherwood to a 3-year, $45 million extension with $30 million guaranteed. I think this is a great move for the New York Jets. This was one of the top moves that I thought they needed to make this offseason, and we'll dive into it in full on today's show, and then also talk about a little Justin Fields on the back half as we got another report from Diana Rossini pretty much saying it's either the Pittsburgh Steelers or it's the New York Jets. So before we dive into it, first, make sure you guys are subscribed here to the channel. It is going to be a chaotic next couple of days here with free agency starting this week in the NFL. So make sure you guys are subscribed, turn on those notifications, because anytime we get breaking news, even when I'm off, right now, for example, we will hop on here, break it down for you guys in full. So hit that subscribe button, lock us in, turn on those notifications, and let's dive into Jamien Sherwood here. So Jamien Sherwood, he had the fourth most solo tackles in the league at the linebacker position last season at 109, 2 sacks on the year as well, and PFF graded him out pretty damn well. 73.8 overall grade, 35th out of 189 eligible linebackers. Pass rush grade, 68.1. Run defense grade, 77.1. And his coverage grade, 66.2. But what I see about Jamien Sherwood and why I think this is such a big addition, or just a big move for the Jets, is because I think he's going to be the leader of this defense. Like, you can kind of see it in his personality. You can kind of see it in his mantra that, like, when he is out there on the football field, he's got contagious energy. And I want to make a connection to a Lions linebacker last season who was very successful with Aaron Glenn, Jack Campbell. And I think Jamien Sherwood will have a very similar role to Jack Campbell as kind of being that emotional leader on that defense where it's like that team goes as he goes, and Jamien is that guy. Like, he flies around the football field. And you go turn on his tape from last season, I think he's one of the most underrated just athletes we have at the linebacker position. Like, this guy goes sideline to sideline, top end speed, flies around the football field. And also, I like the move mainly because it always feels good to re-sign your homegrown talent. Like, it's not like this was a big free agent signing where he was coming from another team. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Like, those are moves you're going to have to make down the line. But I think with where the Jets are with a new regime here, you're kind of starting this new rebuild of the Aaron Glenn era here in New York. I think re-signing and extending your homegrown talent is a great way to just build culture. And that's clearly what Aaron Glenn is trying to do here, is build a culture. Because, hey, they're saying Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, that New York Jets, we're letting you out the door. Well, Jamien Sherwood, homegrown talent, a great young football player, very valuable. We're going to extend you. Now, the 3-year, $45 million extension, it was a little more than I thought. Because, and also these contract projections you guys see out there, like if you're looking up on Spotrac over the cap, they're all over the place. Like, I saw some people giving Sherwood like $9 million per year, but this comes out to 15. I think it's solid, $30 million guaranteed. Now, I would say one note as just for all NFL fans watching this, do not freak out on the per year number. Look at the guaranteed number, because the per year number, that gets the headlines, that gets the clicks, where it's like, oh, this guy signed for 4 years, $120 million, he's getting overpaid, but only 70 of that was guaranteed. It just allows these teams have an easy out after years 2, 3, or 4 on the contract. So the Sherwood deal, it's necessarily a 2-year, $30 million deal with that third option, because they could just necessarily cut him without a ton of dead cap and just, keep those savings. So more just on the field stuff. Him and Quincy Williams, they're going to be an elite linebacker duo. Can't wait to watch them fly around the football field. And plus, when you pair them up with like Quinn and Williams, and also I love the idea of going and getting a Mason Graham in the draft. Like, you could have an elite front seven there and be a physical football team, which is what Aaron Glenn wants to do. Like, a guy like Jamien Sherwood, he fits Aaron Glenn's personality. Like, he's a physical football player. He flies around the football field. That's how Aaron Glenn wants to play. So I think it's a match made in heaven. It's pretty much all I got to say about Jamien Sherwood. Great move, great player, great person, and it's going to be awesome. He's in the Jets organization for at least, hopefully the next 3 seasons. But, hey, if you guys want to go show Jamien Sherwood some love down below in the comments section, type his jersey number, type those 44s down below, and let's dive into the Justin Fields talk today. So there is a lot of momentum right now, and, we could be talking about this in about 20 hours from now, that Justin Fields will be signing to the New York Jets. So I think it stands like this. If we get to tomorrow and Justin Fields does not have a deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because if he wanted to go back to Pittsburgh, he could already. Now, yes, he is probably just testing the market, see where his market value is out there, and maybe he's going to go get word from a team like the Jets and then go back to the Steelers and say, hey, this is what they're offering me. How can you guys match that offer, if not make it better? But let's just say the Steelers, what if they go get a guy like Aaron Rodgers, Sam Darnold, one of these other big free agent quarterbacks out there? Maybe they pivot off Fields, and then the next best option, I think Fields will be a New York Jet. And I am not saying here where it's like Fields is going to, change the trajectory of this franchise, or he's going to come in here, he'll be the franchise quarterback. No, but I also think Fields, I think he's got super low stock right now. Like, if you just go ask some NFL fans, now, yes, he does have that, like, cult following. Like, I see all the jokes on Twitter, but a lot of these, like, real ball knowers, I think, his stock is very low right now. Just call it like it is. And I think the Jets have a chance to kind of have a low-risk, high-reward scenario here, where if you, let's just say, give Fields 1 year, $15 million, yeah, if it's a disaster, it's a disaster. You win 3-4 games, you win 3-4 games. That just only means you're going to have a top pick next year in the draft. But if it does go well and Fields shows you something, one, it doesn't guarantee you that you need to re-sign him the next season. Like, just take the Minnesota Vikings, for example. They signed Sam Darnold, 1 year, $10 million. That guy won 14 games and threw for 35 touchdowns, and they still were okay with letting him out the door. So even if Fields, if it goes great, and you still aren't fully bought into him, but you had a really good record, he played well, but you still want to go a different direction, you still have that opportunity. But let's just say he blows you away and it's like, oh, he looks like he could be the franchise quarterback. He would much rather re-sign with you guys because you were the ones that gave him the chance. So I would be all in on it. You obviously still have question marks on Fields. Can he win from the pocket? Very dynamic athlete. Holds on to the ball too long. Takes bad sacks. And, he definitely has his, flaws in his game. But I think it would be a really solid move for the Jets. And plus, just a fan side of me, I'd rather watch Fields than Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod's a good quarterback. He might be a better quarterback than Justin Fields. I don't know that. They're on the same tier for me. But Fields, it just adds that entertainment value where he is an elite athlete. And plus, he will come in and the locker room will rally around him. Because he is a guy, a lot of people make a lot of jokes about him. He gets ridiculed a lot. And very similar to the Sam Darnold situation in Minnesota. That locker room rallied around him. I remember the pictures of him being held up and they were pouring water all over him, just how happy and how proud they were of him to, finally, go out there and play like a top 15-ish quarterback in the league. Am I saying Fields can be that? I am not sure, but you also can roll the die, see if he can. So on the Field situation, it's looking like it will either come down to the Pittsburgh Steelers, New York Jets. If it's Jets, I'll be very happy about it. I think that's a good quarterback, and you can also still draft a guy day 2, day 3 if you really want to. So we're going to get on out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, friendly reminder, it's going to be a crazy next couple of days. So hit that subscribe button, lock us in. Don't miss anything around your New York Jets, and see you guys next time. As always, go Jets.